Okay, and welcome back, students who are taking Math for Business and Finance and Math Applications. We're doing the Chapter 6 word problems, the odd-numbered problems, and we're up to the fourth set. So 4 of 4 sets, which begins with problem, let's see here, 6-85. Okay, I'm going to spend a lot less time here because this, hopefully by now, if you've watched the other videos, you're starting to see all of the patterns, okay? And so I'm just going to work through and try not to spend as much time explaining the patterns. Okay. So Chevy raised the price of a Volt from $1,200 to $1,200 to raised the base price of its Volt by $1,200 to $33,500. So if it raised the price to $33,500 and it increased it by $1,200, that means previously it was $33,500 minus $1,200. That means previously it was $32,300. What was the percent increase? All right, well, 1,200 is what the increase was, and we divide that by the total, or the 33.5, and that gives us, oops, I'm sorry, not the 33.5, my mistake real quick there. We're dividing it by how the base, in other words, we're dividing it by the 32.3, because the 1,200 was an increase based upon that 32,300 in order to get to 33,500. If we divide by the 33,500, we're not going to end up with the right answer, right? So when we do that math, we end up with 0.037, and to convert that to a decimal, to a percent, we move the decimal place 2 places to the right, and we end up with 3.7%. Okay. Again, we know how much it was increased to. The increase was 1,200, so we needed to figure out, and this is what the thought just occurred to me. This is what I mean by knowing direct, direct numbers. All right, so we know that we have this number and this number are direct. We have information that has nothing to do with the problem, and then we have information that has to be manipulated. Well, that's what I mean by manipulated. We have to consider these in order to arrive at something else in order to be able to solve our problem. So yeah, the 1,200 is a direct number, but we had to use a manipulation of the numbers in order to arrive at a piece that we can use in order to solve the problem. So 1,200 divided by the 32,300 gives us 0.037, or 3.7%. Right, 6-87. I'm not even going to pronounce that name. A new compact computer system on sale for $1,800. It was advertised as 30% off the regular price. Okay, so he's buying it at $1,800, and that was at 30% off the original price. So 100% is the original, and 30% off. So it was discounted down to 70%, which is how much the $1,800 that was purchased for. So in order to figure out what was the original price of the computer, we're going to take the 1,800 and divide it by the 70%, okay, which is 1,800 divided by, move the decimal place, 0.7, 1,800 divided by 0.7, we end up with 25.71 and 43 cents. Okay. All right. Next problem, 6-89. Jay Miller sold his ski house at whatever mountain in New Hampshire for $35,000. This sale represented a loss of 15% off of the original price. So I had 100% and he's losing 15%. That means he's ends up paying 85%. And that 85% equates to the $35,000. Okay. So it's asking what was the original price Jay paid for the ski house. So we want to know the original price. Again, 35,000 divided by 85%, and that equals the, let's see here, 35 divided by 0.85, and that gives me 41,176.47. Okay, that's how much he was the original price, right up there. And of course, the difference between the 35 and the 176.47 would be how much is the discounted amount, the 15%. But we don't need to figure that for this problem. You could do it just to be able to check your numbers, okay? Everything should tie up nice and handy. I should be able to take whatever that discount amount is and divide it by 15%, and I'd still arrive at the 41,176. Okay. All right, 6-91. If Jay finished your basement at a cost of $45,404, would add $18,270 to the resale value of your home, what percentage of your cost is recouped? To the nearest, round to the nearest percent. So if the total cost to refinish was $45,404 and it adds $18,270 in value, I want to know what percentage increase, what percentage of the cost is recouped. I divide the 18,270 by the 45,404. Let's see here, 18,270 divided by 45,404, and I end up with 0.4023, and I'm rounding to the nearest percent, so 2, I end up with 40.23%, and so the nearest percent, the 2 is less than 5, so that's 40%. I'm going to round down to 40%. 6-93. Assume 450,000 people line up on the streets to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade in 2012. So I have 2012, and there's 450,000. If attendance is expected to increase 30%, okay, so if it's expected to increase, means we're talking about 2013, and if it increases 30%, that means we had 100% from 2012 plus 30% increase during, for the 2013 parade. That's 130%. Okay. What will be the number of people lined up on the street to see the 2013 parade? Okay, so we want to know how much the 2013 is. And remember, I said if we have, in the previous year, and if we have a number from the previous year and we want to know the future, we're going to multiply by that percentage. So 450,000 times 130% is going to give us times 1.3. That's going to give us 585,000 people that we expect in 2013. Now, as a quick aside, if we knew the 2013 and we did not know the 2012, then instead of multiplying, we would divide the 585,000. We're going to divide by the 130%, and that should take us back down to the 450,000. Okay, So going from the past to the future, we multiply. Going from the future to the past, we divide. Okay? And that's it for the word problem. So I will see you in the summary practice test. And since we've done so many of these, the summary practice test should be a real breeze to get through. So see you then.